These are the best worlds in Melon Playground. And hello everyone, dear friends. You are on the Melonfonk channel. In this video we will talk about the best worlds in Melon Playground. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel in advance. It's not hard for you, and it will be very pleasant for me. And write a cool comment to get into my video like these guys. It's all very simple, so grab some tea, coffee, and cookies and enjoy your viewing. Friends, today I spent a little bit of Mel's. Looked for worlds, by the way. There's still not that many of them on the market. But still, I found several really interesting ones, and they really can interest you, and you really can like them. And by the way, they cost not much. Let's start with the cheapest and finish with the most expensive worlds, and let's start from the very beginning. The cheapest and the coolest world is the most ordinary clicker for 300 Milos. For this money, you get just a mini game where you need to click. And I really liked it simply for its real simplicity and interestingness, because for example, if you are sitting in class, you have nothing to do, and you just want to brighten up your waiting a little. Because indeed, sometimes in class, it can be uninteresting, and there's an opportunity to sit on the phone. Then a clicker is not the worst option. You just take out your phone and start tapping on the screen. As for me, clickers are the simplest and most reliable way to kill time when it is so necessary, and I even liked it. And for 300 mels, it is just an excellent option, because in front of you there is only one button and a score, and the score can really be endless, and in the end, it turns into some kind of competition with yourself. Guys, let's move on. The next world is Hospital World for 750 mels, and for this money you get just a huge map with various rooms, with cool decorations, with a cool atmosphere, and even a working elevator. For some RP stories, this is just an incredibly cool option. And it really costs cheap, 750 mels. You can just loot for any event. It's easy and really cheap. As for me, a very cool world. If you ask me in the comments, then I will pay for this world for a random person. And you will be able to get it absolutely free, but only if you write about it in the comments. I just incredibly like the world 10 points, especially for 750 mels. I will definitely use it in my videos, because the rooms and decorations are just some incredible amount, and they are all detailed, they are all interesting, and they all have some kind of their own atmosphere and story. The elevator, of course, is so-so, but in general it works and performs its function. However, for some reason, all melons immediately break on it. Apparently, the developer of this map just did not think through the fact that gravity can destroy with its lift. The world is very cool. Again, I repeat, 10 points. It gets 100%, and I recommend it to you. The next world is Survival on Raft. It costs 990 mels. Not a bad world. However, I thought that it would be possible to play it, that it would be possible to compete with each other. But it is basically just a huge decoration. This slightly disappointed me. However, the decoration is atmospheric and interesting, more suitable for some RP game models. However, there is such an aggressive shark here that can break your ship. Possibly there is an opportunity to play here. However, I just did not find how to properly play this minigame. Possibly there is something that we can use in the game. However, I thought that it is just decorations for an RP model. Possibly that is how it is. Possibly. I am wrong, please. Write in the comments if you have tried this world, whether it is possible to play it and what it is intended for. However, I think that it is just decorations. However, everything is beautiful, atmospheric, but since the world is not working, I will give it 7 points, but for 990 mels. As for me, not a bad option. Let's go further, guys. The next world is the world of Alchemy, and it costs 1000 mels. And I like this world very much indeed for 1000 mels. You get such an alchemical setup. In front of you are 4 elements. And your task is to unlock all the elements that are available in the game. Your task is to combine them and get something new. There are 2 buttons, clear and generate. You just put the elements into the basket, you just combine and get some new things. As for me, a very interesting and cool game, especially for those who once on button phones. There was even such a game created some new alchemical elements. Of course, in other games there were much more of them. However, within Melon Playground, it is interesting to spend your access and unlock all the elements. Write in the comments what you think about this personally. I give it 9 points. Quite interesting. The next world is the football one. It costs 1,250 mels, and here everything is quite interesting. In front of you is the final of some championship. It is not yet clear which one, but we see 2 teams, the team of apples and the team of watermelons. The score is 1-1, surely the 90th minute. And everything comes down to the fact that our final must be played, and it must be played to some logical conclusion, most likely for the winners in one direction or the other. 11 players, one game, one ball, and only 90 minutes of enjoyment, I would like to say. So however, this is only a mini-game, and here your task is simply to score goals, no matter in which direction, and no matter who you support it, and you just spend time with pleasure. Because this is football. This is the best game in the world. And Melon Playground is the best of sandboxes. I will give the game 8 points. Very beautiful decorations. However, it is a pity that everything is static, just the score and just the game, but the decorations are really cool. Possibly you'll be able to play and enjoy a few minutes of happiness, because football is the game of infinity. But let's move on to the next world. The World Deep Pit. It already costs much more, 2,500 mels. For these mels you get a unique, cool atmosphere. I personally know the author of this mod. I personally saw how he created it, and the world is really very interesting and worth your purchase. Really very cool and truly atmospheric. We see drops, we see detail, really. The smell of this basement, we feel right through the screen. Really incredibly cool. I liked it. I immediately give it 10 points. Your task is simply to get to the bottom of the pit. You can do this with the help of the immortality syringe. However, this is too easy. And for hardcore players, your task is to get to the bottom of the pit using the most ordinary living NPCs. Spoiler, to do this the first time is almost impossible, so you will have to try. Of course, it is a pain to climb back up. It would be better if the author added a button to go up so that we would immediately spawn at the top. I think that if you've played this game, you will understand what I am talking about, but I really liked it. And 2,500 mels is, in my opinion, a fair price, because the author really worked hard on creating the atmosphere. The World Deep Pit. It already costs much more, 2,500 mels. For these mels you get a unique, cool atmosphere. I personally know the author of this mod. I personally saw how he created it, and the world is really very interesting and worth your purchase. Really very cool and truly atmospheric. We see drops, we see detail, really. The smell of this basement, we feel right through the screen. Really incredibly cool. I liked it. I immediately give it 10 points. Your task is simply to get to the bottom of the pit. You can do this with the help of the immortality syringe. However, this is too easy. And for hardcore players, your task is to get to the bottom of the pit using the most ordinary living NPCs. Spoiler, to do this the first time is almost impossible, so you will have to try. Of course, it is a pain to climb back up. It would be better if the author added a button to go up so that we would immediately spawn at the top. I think that if you've played this game, you will understand what I am talking about, but I really liked it. And 2,500 mels is, in my opinion, a fair price, because the author really worked hard on creating the atmosphere.